Alright, so I rescanned all my stuff and I got like an 81 and an 82, and these are both air diverter, solenoid, circuit faults, or air injection diverters. I think those are due because I don't have my smog pump on anymore, and it seems like all that stuff is part of the smog system that's non-existent on my Fox. The 10, I think it's just letting you know it's dumping codes. 34, insufficient EGR flow, defective EGR. And that's with the key off, engine off. And when I tried to key off engine or key on engine running, obviously the 8-cylinder got pulled up because it is a 5.0. Cooling sensor or out of range ECT was out of range, number 21. But doing some reading, I started my car, and it says in this booklet over here, if you start it cold, then you're probably always going to get this, and it is kind of cold here, at least in Michigan it is right now. So it's probably 50-something degrees, and I cold started it and ran these codes, which I'm going to go for a ride in it maybe next week or when it gets a little bit nicer, and I'm going to see if I pull that still. So I think that's just because it's cold. 94, again, we're back to air diverter, which is up here, which is that smog equipment stuff, and same thing with that thermactor air fault. So I think 94, 44, 81, and 82 are all to do with not having smog equipment on this. Last, 34 when the engine's off and the key's on, and 33 when the engine's running. It says the EGR is not properly opening. When it's running, and 34 it says it's insufficient flow. So I'm starting to think the EGR is bad in it, or not functioning anymore. I'm gonna go over here real quick. I don't know how new it is. I don't know if it was ever replaced. Might be worth probably replacing this thing because I've got two codes on and off that are indicating it's something to do with my EGR. Now I did hook up a vacuum to this, or a line, and sucked on it, I guess, and seen it move, seen the inside of it move. This orange flap, it did move. So, but who knows if it's all deformed in there. It's probably just old. Hell, there's so many parts on this car that is as old as the car is. Heck, I don't even know what the heck this went to. It's off now. But anyway, I wanted to show one last thing. I was over here when I put that new clutch cable in it, Motorsport clutch cable, hooked it up to my firewall. I pulled these plugs out of the way just to move them out of the way. Pulled the plugs, just kind of sat them up on top here, up on the intake. But I noticed that this one back here, which is what? The 7 spark plug is wasn't all the way on. I mean, I actually pushed and it snapped back on. I could actually hear it snapping. So I don't think it was on very tight, and that might be the issue too. So I'm going to take this baby for a ride. Take it for a cruise next week, or if it's nice tomorrow or something, warm it up, see if I still get those codes for the thermostat. And if I don't get those, then I'll just assume it's because I cold started it. But I'm starting to think it definitely an EGR valve, and I think maybe my spark plug wire wasn't on all the way. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. 4 minutes in, I'm good.